Today, it's really more about dealing with the psychological impact of what's going on all around us. Because investment, property, all these things are largely psychological. If we feel good, things do well. If we feel bad, things do badly. So I'm very concerned in this world that things are so crazy that it's hard to understand and protect yourself. So today, please bear with me as I talk about some of the madness and we look about strategies, how you can make sure that it doesn't trigger you into making mistakes, most importantly. And it's all a bit too surreal for me. It feels like this dream. So that's why it's called Pinch Me, I Think I'm Dreaming, because none of this makes sense. Now I've been on this planet working for 40 years, post studies. I've never seen it this crazy. Nothing makes sense anymore. Things that should happen go the other way. The responses of government are inconsistent and unreliable. I don't know what the heck's going on. And I'm not sure if it's actually a dream or in fact if it's a nightmare, because it feels more like a nightmare at times. It's terrible at times. But what we've got is this situation where no one's sure anymore whether it's a reality or illusion. We hear so much information and often it's contradictory. We never know what's real, what's not real, what's true, what's false, what's blatant lie, what's manipulation. So it's really, really hard for all of us to know what's going on. And therefore, how do you make sense of it? Well, the question is, should you even try? I think probably we should stop trying to make sense of it because I think it's getting worse, not better. However, thankfully, we do have degrees of separation. Now, we live in Australia, thankfully. We're investing in Australia as a collective in the main. So we're very much protected to some of the crazy things that are going on, for instance, in the USA, in Israel, in Europe. So we're very, very lucky to be separated enough. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, and I'm not sure how quickly those degrees of separation will contract either. But what I worry about is this: what is the motivation of these people in charge? Are they genuinely looking after the world? The leader of the free world, Donald Trump, is he looking after everything that's best for us, or is he looking after everything that's best for him? Is he looking at emotional or is he looking at financial? Hard to know indeed. And there seems to be an acceptance of collateral damage, both physical and financial. No one seems to care anymore how many people die on the battlefield in Ukraine, how many people are wiped out on Gaza, how much destruction is caused. That seems to just be acceptable now, which to me is tragic as a society. And the big issue to me is this going to be a short or long-term impact? Now, again, depending where you are and what you're feeling, you look at Gaza, that place has been wiped out completely, and the world has sat by and literally let them do it. It's not going to be fixed in 5 minutes. There is 10, 15, 20 years of construction required just to get back to where they were 2-3 years ago. It's tragic. So we've got to look at, is all this going to be a short or long-term impact? Is it just through Donald Trump's presidency, or does it last beyond that as America's reputation? Time will tell.